Hello, hello! Give me just a second. I'm making sure that everything is behaving. Ah! Jump scare! Yikes! Alright. So, previously on Avatar, this isn't Avatar actually, but previously on Avatar, we were working on level 29. We did not make it to level 29 last stream due to time constraints. Therefore, I'm starting 30 minutes earlier than the previous, stream just to see if we can squeegee in more time. We are definitely getting into the point where I can no longer complete an entire level, which sucks. I don't like the fact that that is a possibility, but you know what? That's kind of the thing that we have to deal with because we are working with. Hang on, I gotta catch my breath. We are working with a limited amount of XP per back and forth. So that we got that going for us. But that's okay. That is kind of part of the charm of doing this insane grind. So for anyone who's not familiar with any of this, hi, I'm Yellowfang42. I decided to do a stupid challenge a few years ago, and I only restarted doing it maybe a couple weeks ago, where I am desperately trying to get to level 99 before I beat the tar out of Twilight Thorn. Why? Because I thought it would be funny. And I do have a couple things in my corner. One is the fact that these dusks are relatively easy and mostly well behaved, except for that one trying to be a weed whacker. And the other thing we have on hand is the experience boost ability. This allows me when I'm at or below half health, I can get double the XP. So instead of 4 XP, I get 8. Which means with a total of 10 dusks per run back and forth here, I get 80 XP instead of 40. Which is actually quite the asset in terms of speed. I haven't done the math for it. I keep saying I will do the math for it. Let's face it, I'm not going to do the math for it. The most math I'm going to do is breaking out the calculator, and I'm going to get really good at dividing by 8. I am already starting to get good at my multiples of 8 and dividing by 8. Why? Because that's what we're working with. That is indeed what we're working with. So, obviously, I haven't streamed since I believe Thursday of last week, and that is because I was catching a cold, and colds suck. Thankfully, I've got a combination of unholy medicines that are helping me out. And by unholy medicines, I mean I took a couple of Dayquil and boosted up on some vitamin C and some other supplements that are probably not approved by the FDA, but they're working and they aren't poisoning me, so I think that's fine. And they don't have a lawsuit against them, so I'm going for it. That's all fine and dandy. Supplements have garlic in them, by the way, which is one of my favorite things. Speaking of garlic, before I get into that, I have a tendency to ramble, and that's pretty much all I ever do. I go back and forth, I beat up dusks, I make jokes about the fact that I have struggles doing math and need to really get a math notebook. I still keep forgetting to get a math book. Maybe I'll just skip straight into algebra and it'll all come back to me. I'm pretty sure it will. I really need to pay attention to getting to half health. Point is, I'm going to have a tendency to ramble, and you know what? That's kind of part of at least what I think is the charm of the whole deal. I'm going to start drawing up my own digital art of emotes. That's going to be a while away, but I think it would be a neat idea to make an emote that's just 8. That's literally just 8. I don't know whether or not that's a TOS thing, though. You know what? On second thought, maybe not. Maybe not the 8 by itself. Maybe the number 80. Yeah, just the number 80, actually. Let's just do that instead. I also added a new goal a few days ago. I have a whole goal of things that I want to do in life, and one of them is learn Blender, so then I can get a model of one of these guys and put them in jeans. Why? Because it was really funny. Also because I had a lovely chatter who made a joke about that, and I was like, you know what, that's hilarious. So, back to what I was saying. Speaking of garlic. I had a recipe. I decided to try out a new recipe because I didn't want to get sick of one of my favorite recipes, vegetables and gravy. It's a potato-based recipe. I didn't want to get sick of it. So what do? I look up recipes and I'm like, okay, I really want to have meatballs again, but unfortunately, I do not do well with tomato-based sauces, which unfortunately includes marinara. I like marinara sauce, but that means that spaghetti and meatballs is out of the picture, which sucks because it took me forever to actually find out I actually enjoy spaghetti and meatballs. Long story short, the recipe calls for garlic cloves. Now, keep in mind, I need specific directions. So what do? I put the whole clove in the thing. Also, I put 6 of them in there. I did break them in half, like, partway through the cooking, and then I was like, maybe I did something wrong. The answer is yes, I was supposed to mince them. So next time I'm just going to either use garlic powder or get some minced garlic. So then I don't have the struggle of dealing with that again. Because that was an embarrassment, and frankly, trying to eat a whole piece of garlic clove is not my best idea. It was kind of funny in hindsight. But otherwise, the spaghetti and meatball thing turned out. Basically what you do is you pre-cook the spaghetti, and then while you're pre-cooking the spaghetti, you put about, what was it, 1/4 cup of olive oil? I think it's 1/4 cup of olive oil. Yeah. Put that in a pan, shimmer it up. That's what it is. It's like you heat it until it kind of shimmers. I never really understood that, but basically when I put my hand over it, it's kind of hot and getting ready to spit, but not in the spit mode yet, like a few degrees below that. If you work with olive oil enough, you start to get to know when that is. Anyway, so you put the meatballs in, and I think, I'm trying to remember what the other ingredient was. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But you cook the meatballs in that for a bit. You add in the garlic, and you also add in spinach. Now, the recipe called for 2 cups of spinach. However, I know myself. I know how my household works. I could only get a minimum of 4 cups of spinach from the store. And I knew damn well that spinach shrinks. Half of it vanishes. You don't know where it goes. It goes into the ether. It's like candle wax, man. You're like, where does it go? It burns. That's literally what it does. It burns. Thank you, Hank Green, for giving me that tip. Anyway. So, I have 4 cups of spinach in this thing. And I, like, slowly have to watch it wilt and toss it while not trying to toss it back onto the stove. I don't have to deal with the coils that are, like, elevated and you can stick your hand under it if you feel like it. No. But long story short, absolutely delicious meal. Really good. You add in the cooked spaghetti after, by the way, at the end once you've got the stuff melted. It's a little bit difficult to toss in a skillet, but it can be done. It's a big skillet, by the way. I was working with a big skillet. Woo! Yep. So, yeah, I still have 1 serving of that left. I was gonna eat something else today, but I realized I'd forgotten to defrost my pork chops, which makes them much easier to work with when I try to cook them. Because, let me tell you, trying to handle pork chops while baking them in the oven, that can be done, by the way. It takes about 22 minutes for pork chops. Pardon the thing. I'm actually standing instead of sitting, because I've done a lot of... Actually, I've done an equal balance of standing and sitting. I'm feeling pretty good, actually, today. Point is, it's not really easy to get the spices into frozen pork chops. You can't do that. So that's what we're working with. Now, in case you're wondering how we were at level 29 when we logged in, I decided after the stream, and I think I said this on stream last time, I just decided, you know what? I'm just gonna do it myself. I'm just gonna save it myself. That's what I'm gonna do. I am going to do the last bit of grind, and let's face it, I did not have enough time in that night to properly do all of the grind to the end. And I have a feeling that's going to be the same here. So I think, going forward, it's just whatever we can get done in a 2-hour time limit. I think that's the best way to do it. Now that may change, depending on how things go, but there is no extra experience boost, so it's not going to go any faster. I can't speedrun it. I wish. That'd be hilarious. I can't accelerate my time while having the rest of the time behind, but that's okay. It's part of the fun. The point of this is that I am doing something that would seem like it ticks the same thing in my brain as doing a daily job full of mundane tasks, except for significant, like a quarter of the time. A quarter-ish of the time, because let's face it, 9 to 5 is like 9 hours. If you have an hour-long lunch or something like that, you're basically there for 9 hours. At least that's how I was, and then the unpaid lunch hour. Gosh, that sucks. Alrighty. Come on, I need a little bit of damage. And maybe a little more. So then I can wipe you on the floor. That is not what I expected, but okay. We're rolling with that. Whew. I might be a little bit on the high energy side because I'm feeling pretty good. I got myself some Dairy Queen today because I'm a sucker for Dairy Queen. Not sponsored, by the way. I am not sponsored. I just really freaking love Dairy Queen, specifically the 4-piece chicken strip basket, and because I love it mainly because of the toast pieces. Oh, the toast pieces. Those can vary though, because sometimes, and this is totally understandable, like sometimes there's a little bit of butter on it, and then sometimes there's a lot of bit of butter on that toast, and it is so good. I love it. And the chicken strips, 99% of the time, I've had some pretty good chicken strips. There's like once in a while where the chicken strip is like, what the heck is this? But most of the time, it's pretty good. The fries, immaculate. Like, I know that reheated fries, especially from fast food restaurants, where you get like the made-to-order stuff, like, it doesn't always taste good when you reheat the fries. But honestly, I don't mind the reheated Dairy Queen fries. I remember when they did, I think they used to be a little bit thicker, or maybe I'm just, they're definitely thicker than the average shoestring size of fries. Yeah, that makes sense. And then you combine that with whatever flavor Blizzard you like, stick the fries in the ice cream, delicious. I used to do that all the time with Wendy's. I would get fries and a Frosty. But the fries started tasting like they were buried in dirt, which makes sense. I mean, potatoes are, like, grown in the dirt. You dig them up to harvest them. But it kind of just tasted like they didn't wash the potatoes, or there was oil and dirt in the oil. I'm not sure. Unfortunately, that Wendy's that I used to go to on a regular basis is gone. I miss you. Wendy's, my beloved. Yeah, it's okay. I didn't go there much anymore, so it is what it is. But yeah, I went and got myself Dairy Queen for dinner because I didn't want to eat my spaghetti and meatballs twice in a row. Because, don't get me wrong, I love it. But it's not fun to eat the same thing multiple days in a row. Or at least multiple times in a day. I can do multiple days in a row. I can't do it multiple times a day. Unless I'm on one of those days where I just really want the same thing all dang day. Or I get, like, variants of a similar food. Like, basically, there have been days where I just basically eat potato variants all day. With vegetables. I've gotten better about vegetables in the past few years. I used to be such a pain in the butt about vegetables. And then I learned how to cook them the way I wanted them. Like, no insulting to my parents' cooking. I was just, you know, when you're a kid, for some reason, a lot of the media was like, oh, vegetables, kids hate vegetables, so you just kind of think, oh, I'm a kid, I'm supposed to hate vegetables for some reason. I don't know. I was very easily media influenced, so that's why I was careful about what I watched as a kid. I am still careful because I don't want to have weird-ass dreams. Speaking of weird-ass dreams, I'm so sorry about my stream of consciousness going, but I'm feeling good. I took like a short like power nap right before the stream because I was like, ooh, I'm really cozy in my bed. I'm gonna do that instead. I was gonna record an update for the bakery because I actually did some work. If you're not familiar with what I mean by the bakery, there's like 3 videos on my YouTube channel so far about choosing the map, starting the construction of a couple of the buildings, and also one of the bridges. And I did some more work on it a couple days ago. I didn't record it. I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna build it, and then I'll showcase it and record it. I was gonna record it before I started the stream, but I was like, I need to rest a little bit today because I've been busy. I ran out of B12, so I went and got that. That was good. I got the ones that like you can just stick under your tongue and it melts in your mouth. Cherry flavor doesn't always go well, but it works. If it fits, it sits, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. I need to actually do some damage. Sir. Anyway, so I did that. I took care of like some library books because I hadn't been reading them, and I'm like, you know what? I need to let somebody else read them. They weren't on hold. If they were on hold, they would have not gotten renewed. Like, they don't allow renewals if a book is on hold. So if you are in a long list of holds for a book, keep in mind you gotta haul ass on reading that book. Because if you don't get it due in, like, I mean, I guess you can pay the library fine, unless your library doesn't do fines, but still, just try to be courteous to the people on hold behind you. Anyway, I got a lot of stuff done today. A lot of housekeeping stuff, and I even squeezed in some personal recreation where it wasn't related to content creation, it wasn't related to any sort of productive thing. I sat down, I searched through the remaining collection of VHS's, and fished out the Mary Poppins VHS and watched that today. It was very nice to watch it again. I got, like, watching it as an adult is so interesting. Because it's like, this family is so goofy. They got the weirdest neighbor, too, with the Admiral, like, firing off a cannon at, like, specific times. Like, I don't know if it's every hour on the hour. I know it happens at 6, and I know it happened at 8, and they could always tell what time it was by whenever Admiral Boom set off the dang cannon and shook the whole neighborhood. Like, they had, like, posts to make sure things didn't fall and break. It's so funny. It's absolutely fantastic. And I actually, in the process, decided to look up one of the actors. It was the actor who played Uncle Albert. You might know him as the guy who's laughing on the ceiling and does the song I Love to Laugh, and then, you know, it's very funny. Very funny scene. But he's a very interesting actor. Like, he started off in vaudeville productions. He had kind of an up and down career, but he ended up finding where he wanted to fit, and like years down the line, like some people sort of emulate his at least emulated his voice vibes. Alan, I'm gonna mispronounce his name. I'm so sorry, Alan. Alan Tudyk? Yep, see, I'm already messing it up. Anyway, he voices King Candy, but in Wreck-It Ralph, but similar voice impression vibes. Excellent guy, by the way. Yeah, it was Ed. Oh, crud, I can't remember his last name. I literally looked him up today. Goodness sakes. Point is, really fun movie. It was really cool to I was trying to pick out where they were doing, like, visual effects. Because they didn't have all the fancy CGI. They had to do, like, camera tricks and stuff. And, like, maybe and a lot of animation. Milt Kahl's animation credits were there. He was, like, one of the first credit names in the at the opening credits for animation. It was really cool. I was trying to spot which animated characters were drawn and animated by Milt Kahl, because he had this specific, like, sort of thing that he could always do in animation. You can kind of see it in, I believe, in the animated film Robin Hood, the one with the fox, and with Jungle Book. With, I think Bagheera does this too, where he moves the character's head, like, makes their head swaggle as they're talking. Like, that was a thing that he could do. He did that to flex on everybody, and it's the funniest thing ever. I don't know if I actually finished off those. Whoops. I got distracted by geeking out about Milk Call's animation. It's really cool. I don't know how cool of a person he was, but his animation, amazing. Dude has some skill. Kind of reminds me of how cool James Baxter is. I love how James Baxter can, like, basically make it look like you're working with a 3D camera. It is so cool. He did that one scene in, like, the close to the finale of Steven Universe where they finally confront White Diamond and everything, where they do the camera rotation. That was him. And the camera rotation in Beauty and the Beast, he did that. James Baxter doesn't mess around. You should totally look up his animation reel. I believe he has a YouTube channel and it has his animation reel on it, where he does a bunch of stuff. He often animates in 2s, is it? No, it's 1s instead of 2s. So like 24 frames per second instead of the 12 that is often in most 4TV animated shows. 1 second, I gotta cough up my lungs. Alright, coughing has been completed. Yeah. Where was I before I was coughing out my lungs? I know I was talking about James Baxter. And how he could do cool stuff. Shoot! It's amazing how fast thoughts can get ripped out of your head. Yikes. Oh my. Maybe I need a drink of water. I'll grab a drink of water. Thankfully, I have a drink of water right there, and since I am leaning over in the same direction, my calculator is there. I'm not doing any math yet. We'll know when I start doing the math. Water is good for the soul. It's also good for people like me who are talking. And I mean talking. Now you might wonder, Yellowfang, why are you talking so dang much? And I'll tell you, in the times where I don't talk for too long, Twitch decides that it's going to mute the VOD anyway. That's basically what it does. I don't know if the mutes carry to the VOD download. I'll have to double check that. I have not checked. But the couple of times where it has muted, it wouldn't have mattered anyway because it was times where I had left the PlayStation alone and I hadn't employed my right back screen. What the heck? Alright. Guess we're working with that. Yeah. Both songs that are in the intro of my stream and the Be Right Back, both of them I actually personally composed and put together using BandLab as a program. I haven't properly released them. I probably should. But they have appeared on my channel multiple times at this point that I'm like, yeah, this is mine, and I have the file histories dated back for years. Some of these are years old. Goodness sakes. Whew. Yeah. At some point, I'm thinking of adding an overlay to, explain the shenanigans I'm pulling. Oopsie, that's a 4 instead of an 8. Gotta get to half health. But, yeah. I do constantly rant out about it on other streams and at the beginning, middle, any point. Whew. I'm giving my voice a little bit of rest. I am still trying to figure out how many days a week I want to stream. I don't do weekends because I want my weekends to feel like weekends still. I think that's a good habit to have. And then, during the week, so far, most days work. I think oftentimes I am playing, at least currently I'm still playing it by ear, but I want to do at least 3 days of the week minimum. I don't know about doing a whole 5 days a week. We'll see as we go on. We are moving out of the mowing season because irrigation is going to shut off. The weather's getting colder, that sort of thing. Gonna have to deal with the pipes and all that. But like the grass ain't growing. It's gonna be fine. It's fine to let a little bit of it's fine to let it get a little bit hairy in the winter. Like not too hairy. But since we're moving out of the mowing season, it does free up some physical energy for the time. That does mean I need a new workout. Because my regular workout is mowing the lawn. It's actually quite fun. Once I started, I actually was like, wow, I enjoy this. I mean, I am planning on starting to do, like, the vacuuming the house twice a week. I haven't been doing that as often as I should. I'm gonna try to see if I can get myself to make that a regular thing. That way it, like, is taken care of. I used to hate vacuuming, but I think the more I think of it in the same way that I think about mowing, because you basically kind of just make stripes, except it's on the carpet. And by stripes, I mean like stirring up the carpet with the brush of the vacuum, sort of thing, and so forth. Wowzer, talking a lot. But point is, the more I think about it, the way I think of mowing, the easier it gets. I mean, it's the same thing. You vacuum a little bit, or in mowing case, you cut the grass a little bit, and then once it's full or close to full, like it's spitting out grass for some reason, then you go turn it off, empty the catch into the garbage can, and then you put it back on, and then start the thing, and continue until you're done. And that's pretty much the same thing with vacuuming. You vacuum until you hit the fill line, and empty, and then you go. Oh, that's a 4. That's 4. Alright, gonna explode my lungs again. Not on purpose, by the way. Really? If you're gonna be a weed whacker, do it right, jeez. I'm getting demolished by post-cough. That, or dry air, is getting to me. I'm withering away! I'm withering. Goodness me. I'm fine, I'll live. It is not the worst. I have not destroyed my voice in a long time. It's been a few months. I'll live. There are going to be times on stream where I just randomly grab an apple and eat it. And like, I'll let the first crunch show up on stream, and then I'll just turn off my mic and and then crunch the rest of it, because... Okay. Weed Whacker wants to kill me and add another death to the counter. Let's not do that. Sir! I do not want your extended warranty. It's more paperwork than I want to deal with. Paperwork is kind of scary. Well, it's more like I like to be able to keep track of things, and I like things simple. Which is why at some point I will actually fix up the overlay. So then maybe I'll do like maybe I'll do a marquee thing across the top of the screen that like explains what I'm doing. That might be kind of cool. I'll have to check if that's in the Stream Elements catalog, because that'd be pretty sick. I'd need to make it as condensed but clear as possible, which is something I can do. I learned how to write log lines, so in case you're wondering what a log line is, it's basically a one-sentence thing that describes the plot of a film. It's a thing that they often stick under, like, descriptions for movies. But it can be done. That was a fun class that I did. It was a screenwriting class? Yeah, it was a screenwriting class. My professor was really freaking cool, too. I hope she's doing okay. She was really fun. But anyway, we did some, like, we worked with, like, this screenwriting software. I still have it on my iPad, by the way. It was a school-issued iPad, in case you're wondering. one of the assignments, I actually, got like a couple scenes written down of a day, but oh no. Oh no. OBS. No. Betrayal. Betrayal! Oh, for God's sakes. OBS, you little shit! Are we back? OBS, you bastard. Goodness me. Poor Twitch. Poor Twitch viewers. Did that go unbroken? Did that go unbroken for YouTube? YouTube is winning my heart. YouTube is winning my heart. Alright, 1 second. I am gonna momentarily reboot my Twitch thing. Don't worry, it's not rebooting the thing. It's just rebooting my stream manager because it was being the worst. Anyway, hi to the Twitch viewers that momentarily lost me. My internet service decided to be a hoe at exactly 7 o'clock. You piece of garbage. Is there some sort of transitory I'm gonna look things up. I'm gonna look things up after this. I'm gonna look things up. I'm gonna find out. My ISP is going to find out. They are going to find out! Anyway. Alright. Chill time. Chill time. Now there's gonna be 2 bots! That's okay. That's okay. I can work with that. I can work with that. Don't be rude. Okay. We are cool. We are fine. We're doing great. Well, there's gonna be 2 VODs on Twitch. There's not gonna be 2 VODs on YouTube because apparently YouTube is behaving in a superior way. Hell yeah. Let's go. I am so sorry about coughing directly into your ears if you have earbuds. Oh. Oh. What's funny is this grind is actually really fun for me. I'm really enjoying doing this. I am so glad I started like 30 minutes earlier than usual because it means that I've already got some time in and it might give me the option to take longer than 2 hours for a stream. We'll see how it goes. It highly depends on how personal scheduling goes. Like I said, I've been trying to work that out. So far, so good. So far, so good. There we are. La 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 la, la 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 la, Elmo's World. I remember when that used to be playing constantly on television. That was back when I still had cable. Whoa, 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 whoa. The weed whacker is weed whacking. But it doesn't matter because I live, so whatever. Oh cool, we're gonna be doing this about 60 more times because I saw the 48 over there. And 6 times 8 is 48. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a long endeavor. Obviously, we're not getting to level 99 this stream. That would be crazy, and I think it would go past the 24-hour mark for sure if I was trying to do that. There we are. Come on. Come on. Perfect. Oh my goodness. Funniest thing. I am streaming off of my laptop. It is not the highest end thing, but it gets the job done. And it has been getting the job done for quite some time now. But in a few months ago, I did get myself a desktop that had a lot more power. Because I really wanted to try using a higher, fancier editor, DaVinci Resolve. I got overwhelmed by the bells and whistles. And the editing software that I use on my laptop, I basically tracked that down again and installed it on my fancier desktop. So I'm using like the lightest weight editor on there because I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna work with what I'm familiar with, what I'm comfortable with. Because then I won't be like, oh, I'm not good at the software yet. Oh, I don't know how to do this. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't watched the tutorials yet. I struggle to pay attention to them. Like, nah, no excuses now. I got my low-end editor that gets the job done. I'm golden. I'm doing great. I'm having a blast. I am gonna do, once I take down these 3, I am gonna send a quick message to the Twitch chat just in case. Just to let them know that they might need to refresh the stream. Because I know that happens to people sometimes. Oh, shoot. I am glad that I double-checked that. One moment, I'm gonna be right back. I need to take care of a very short thing. It won't be long. Trust me. 1 second. Let me be right back on. Sorry to anyone who was told, hey, refresh the stream, and then they just get the Be Right Back stream. Sorry about that. I I had to take care of a note. Hang on a second. I'm gonna cough up my lungs again too. The cons of talking a lot. Your throat gets really dry. I might have to mute, hang on. Alright. There we go, I've gotten some adequate water. I think the next time I get water, I'm gonna heat it up in the kettle. Because as the season gets a little chilly, the air gets cold. The cold air will decimate my lungs and restrict my breathing, and unfortunately that is something that sucks. I am so sorry for doing that. There we are. Grinding away. I don't know what to do, but I'll grind out anyway. Farming dusks for 80 XP each ride. I'm shying away. from doing a proper parody. Sorry. That's gonna happen a lot. Lucky for you, you don't have to put up with me randomly like breaking out into Gnarly. It's a fun song to listen to, but I don't have the lyrics memorized, and I don't think I could properly do it justice. It's a banger to listen when you're driving in the car, though. Dude! So rude. Sometimes these dusks really, really grind my gears. Nice, I got 3/8. It's a fun blast. While they're doing that, I'm gonna make sure that I can... Okay. Yeah, I'll just babysit it from there. I can technically babysit it from 2 different ways. The chat, I mean. Dude! So rude. Well, I mean, it's doing its job as a weed whacker, so... And we got 2 volleyballs. I call them volleyballs even though it's behaving more like a basketball, because they're white, and volleyballs are usually white. If dusks were orange or red, I would call them basketballs. But I don't know how to texture mod, so we're just gonna stick with calling them volleyballs. What a great night for farming dusks. To crawl my way to level 99. If we're lucky, we'll get to level 30 tonight. I'm super excited for that. Because that means 30 levels down, 69 no more to go. I swear I'm a mature adult. That's not even funny. What the heck? It's really... Oh, jeez. 10 out of 10. Such a... Ah, jeez. Am I gonna have to turn on the mature content stream because of that? I hope not. We'll not make any more jokes. Jeez Louise. Bikini bottom. Or something, I don't know. I haven't watched SpongeBob in a while. Probably not since around the time that one SpongeBob movie came out with David Hasselhoff. Actually, it was a little bit after that. I definitely remember watching more SpongeBob after that. Why did I dodge that? I need the HP damage to get the XP. I do that a lot, but to be fair, I've actually had 2 deaths on this, mostly because I wasn't paying attention. Those were a 10 out of 10. It actually was pretty funny because I was like, oh, that's right. I can get wrecked here. All by virtue of me not paying attention. Good job. I mean, that makes sense, though. At least there's that. I do have to keep an eye on the HP. So then that way, I know exactly when to strike. And I'm using the reversal to force them to attack me. So then that way they just attack me slightly faster. Because otherwise they turn into volleyballs and start wiggling, waggling around and stuff. And it's just like, who are you showing off for? I mean, I guess they're kind of showing off for me, but like... Sir. Ma'am. Distinguished guest. Why are you like this? Can you please just try to kill me like a proper, thing? These guys are so great. I love how weird they move. Just constant wet noodle spaghetti thing going on with them. I love it. It's a very fun thing. I wonder if Probably. I was gonna say, I wonder if anybody's cosplayed a Dusk in the past few years. Probably not in the past few years, but I think that'd be pretty sick. It'd be very funny to see how someone does it. Oh, that's 2 weed whackers. I appreciate the commitment to dealing damage, but we do not need 2 weed whackers. That's a bit much. That is a bit too much. Way too much. It's not Christmas yet. Don't start singing Elf theme song until Christmas. Basically till after Thanksgiving. Ooh, that's something I gotta think about. Obviously, I'm not gonna stream on holidays. Duh. That's a big one. Don't stream on holidays. Spend time with family. In some cases, for some people, they might not do that, and then some people also don't celebrate some of those holidays, so that will definitely change things. I'm just making sure I didn't miss the guy. I didn't miss the Dusk. Oh. My. Let's see. You know what? I'm just gonna forcibly segue into this because I want to talk about it. Dreams are very interesting, and mine can be extremely vivid. That being said, this morning, I've already told my friends about this. This morning, I had a dream that was so vivid and felt so real that I had to double check if the effect of it was actually real. Basically, in the dream, I had 6 fingers on my right hand, which if you watch Princess Bride, you'll know exactly why that's freaking hilarious. So, in that dream, I had 6 fingers on my right hand, and I could feel the crowding on the bones from the extra finger. It wasn't an extra pinky, it was like an extra one between my thumb and my index finger, but my hand was proportioned just right, so then it worked. Basically, right after I woke up, I had to double check that I didn't actually have 6 fingers suddenly. I really had to check, because it felt so real. I was like, the bone collision feels so real, but I was probably just crushing my hand in my sleep. I probably fell asleep on top of it. I do that a lot. It's a blessing and a curse. Mostly a curse to fall asleep on. Just don't do that. It cuts off your blood flow, and then once you get your feeling back in your hand, it starts feeling all tingly, and you're just like, ugh. And sometimes it hurts when it gets back. There we are. Oh, that's a 4. Whoopsie. That's okay, we can work with it. We worked with it before. We can work with it again. Though it may try to work against me, I know how to handle this. I am a professional. Maybe. Actually, I think I'm doing pretty dang good. It's going most excellent. Ah. Biscuits and gravy. We're doing really spot on, but I'm really gonna have to get smacked around a bit by these guys to get the job done. Come on. Swish, swish, let's go. Quit trying to make a 3-pointer shot. That was like a 2-pointer at best. If I remember right, which I probably don't because I didn't play basketball growing up, 3-pointers are further away, and then 2-pointers are slightly closer, and then 1-pointers are like really close. That sounds about right. That makes sense. And then across the court is just basically a flex at that point. I miss my Capri Suns. I was drinking them on a regular basis, specifically the Pacific Cooler flavor. Not sponsored. I keep having to specify that because I keep naming things by specific brand and stuff, but it's because I only use specific brand things depending on the food or other type of things. Because they're made differently. Like, you can't just pick the same thing and assume that it's going to be the same. Like, the manufacturers and everything is different. The processes are different. It's how they keep their whole IP and everything going. They're like, oh, this is our formula. This is our formula. Anyway, where was I? I got distracted by that. Anyway, Capri Suns. Basically, really great if you have low blood sugar on a regular basis. But since I've been working on a proper diet, that has basically become an overload hit for me. So I've just decided to just drop Capri Suns from my diet, and I'm just moving on to eating straight up fruit. Specifically apples. Specifically Pink Lady apples. Because they have the perfect amount of sweet and tart combination that, and it's got a nice crispness level, because I do not like soft apples. Looking at you, Golden Delicious and Red Delicious, you suck. You are grainy as hell. Blech. Either that or I just haven't had a proper good Golden Delicious or Red Delicious in a long time, but I kind of doubt that. I'm very opinionated about apples. I used to eat Granny Smiths, which for a lot of people, they're just like, what is wrong with you? Or at least that's what I heard from the people around me who, whenever I got a crap ton of Granny Smiths, and ate every last one of them. But hey, I always eat apples whenever I start getting a sore throat. Unfortunately, I did not do that this last cold. That's okay. But that was a period of time where I preferred extremely tart apples, which is fine. Maybe some people just prefer the texture and taste of Red Delicious and Golden Delicious. I don't know. I have personal beef with them. I don't like squishy apples, which might put me at odds with pears. Either that or the first pear I had was just crap. That could be a possibility. That is a high possibility. I could have had a crappy pear. Yeah. Some fruits and vegetables, it's like, okay, this is alright, but it's not something I would go out of my way to regularly eat. That's just basically with food in general. Like, there's some stuff I'm like, okay, if that's the only thing available to eat, then yes, I will eat it, but otherwise, that would not be my first choice. I can't think on the top. Yeah, mango. Mango. If I was only able to eat a mango or something like that and I was really hungry, I would eat the mango. But I would be like, man, I don't really want a mango, but this is all I have right now. So I'll live with it. Oh my goodness gracious me. Whee! Come on. Give me some proper damage. I need to get below 10 HP, I think. I'll have to check in a moment. You both are terrible at being weed whackers. Did you know that? You guys are terrible. You've barely done any damage. You are all disappointing me. All two of you. Ugh, and I still got a 4 out of that one. Alrighty. I should have put some water on the kettle. I might put the kettle on right after I kill this guy. Yeah. I will once again be right back. I'm gonna put the kettle on so then I can get some warm water in combination with my colder water, because I am out of water in my water bottle and I want to be able to keep talking. So get ready to face the be right back screen again, and I'll be right back. Plot twist, I can still kind of talk to you, but I'm gonna not do that as much. Yeah, we've officially hit warm water season. We've definitely hit it. Because just adding even a little bit of warm water so that my water isn't freezing cold is a huge difference. I can breathe. I also put the kettle on so then that way there's a lot more hot water. It's going to be boiling. But basically I do like half and half where I put the pretty much boiling water into the metal water bottle and then mix in my colder water. Ah, jeez. Oh. Not that there's any sort of redemption for that, but posture check. So then, I don't compress my lungs and have difficulty breathing. That's a 4. That's okay, it's acceptable to have occasional 4s. I don't want to over-obsess with what I call perfect runs, where I basically get 80 total XP, but I would like to get 80 total XP, because that means that we get closer to our goal with each run, back and forth. That's the goal. That's what I want. I want to reach level 30 this stream. Whether or not I am able to depends on both time, speed, and my patience with the Dusks. Because I need to be patient with them to damage me, so then that way I can get 8 instead of 4. Because if I get too impatient, I will be working with only 40 XP at a time, and that slows things down. There's a math problem for this. I still have yet to email an old math professor about it. Oh my goodness gracious. Ah! I wonder what it must have been like developing the game. I'm thinking of Kingdom Hearts 1 specifically right now, just cause it basically literally was an elevator pitch that Nomura gave because Squaresoft and Disney were in the same building, just different floors, and he happened to pitch it to the Disney execs in that building. And I guess they liked it because now we have Kingdom Hearts. Thank you. And thank you. Do a little bit more damage, bud. I want them... I want those 8s. Excellent. Excellent. It's still one of my favorite pieces of Kingdom Hearts trivia, by the way. The fact that it was just started off as an elevator pitch. The other one was Sora originally gonna be a lion-human hybrid. That was pretty cool, and the chainsaw weapon. I love seeing those concept arts. And also I wouldn't say it's lost media because some people have managed to save it, the bits and pieces of the pilot for the Kingdom Hearts animated series that they were gonna try to do. It definitely would have been a different adaptation of the game. Which, very much emphasis on adaptation. Okay, we don't need 2 weed whackers. I mean, I need the damage, but 2 weed whackers is too much. Yikes. I was actually thinking about adaptations earlier today. I was thinking about that. It was actually a literal shower thought. Because I have a copy of the animated version of Lord of the Rings, the really old animated version, which I can honestly, I haven't watched it properly, but from the clips I've seen, it looks a little blurst. Maybe I'll watch that late tonight. That'll be... Or I'll pick another day, like how I was able to watch Mary Poppins today. I'll pick some time to set aside to watch the animated Lord of the Rings so then I can give a proper opinion. But I was thinking about that and thinking about adaptations and how in the 2000s with the Lord of the Rings adaptation with the 3 films and Peter Jackson directing the show with that. That was a phenomenal adaptation. It wasn't like a perfect one-to-one copy of the book, but in the amount that I have read, it does make sense with the adaptation for a film, because there's certain things you can do in books that you can't quite do in film. I don't think you'd be able to get away with what Tolkien pulled in the books nowadays with writing, unless you're like super famous and have already had enough clout in book sales that you can just get away with stuff. But I understand the adaptations and what the angle and direction was. And another thing that I also really love about at least the live action Lord of the Rings films, specifically of the Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit, I understand why there were some issues with like CG and other production things, is because it kind of had a rush production due to directorial changes, because they were initially going to have Guillermo del Toro, and then because of some issues he ended up backing out of the project, so they pulled in Peter Jackson, and they didn't have the amount of time that they did on Lord of the Rings to do all of the stuff like with the Weta Workshop, doing the miniatures and the computer programs for simulating the battles and things like that, so there were some issues with the development there. But yeah, like I said, with Lord of the Rings, they had a lot of pre-production that they could pull. They had extras of New Zealanders. A lot of the riders of Rohan were horse girls. Chances are, if you're seeing a rider the Rohirrim, that is a lady who knows how to ride horses. Horsewomen are to be feared, by the way. They are scary, because they have to deal with a, at least, okay, maybe not a 1-ton animal, but horses are a couple 100 pounds, and they scare easily, and so forth. And mares have a reputation for being brats, geldings have a reputation for being kind of silly, and then stallions have a reputation for being absolutely wild. But it's just a matter of training and stuff like that. You gotta start them like with the boundaries pretty young. But horses are tough little guys. I used to have a horse, actually. He was such a sweetie. Sometimes I would give him brushes and stuff like that when I was giving him, when I was like taking care of brushing him and stuff, making sure to get extra dirt off of him. Sometimes he would come in and just like hug me with his head. It was really sweet. He was a very sweet horse. He was a bit of an energy ball, but he was awesome. I miss him a lot. He was great. We had him boarded at a place, and I would bike down there every day to feed, muck his stall, and then sometimes we would go out for a ride. It was really fun. He'd get to go out to a pasture. Yeah, it was great. Horses are really great. There's a reason why horses are often in a lot of like animal therapy for like kids who have been through stuff, because like horses are like relatively chill and they kind of mirror your emotions and stuff like that. I don't know, something about horses, they're cool. They're really cool. Their anatomy is so messed up though, because those poor things can break at any given moment. As I'm sure a lot of Uma Musume fans are finding out. I have not watched the anime, nor have I played the game. So I'm getting a lot of my information from like fan circles, like randomly across my feed on social media, and every time it's always hilarious. Like, the world of Japanese horse racing is wild. And like, I looked into the lore of like Gold Ship's bloodline and his like predecessors and family members and stuff like that, and how they're just all absolutely insane. I can't remember if it was Gold. No, it was oh, I can't remember the name. It was like Silver something. Either way, the horse after the race ran, hopped over the fence, and laid on the ground and scared the daylights out of everybody watching. They went to go check on him, and he was just pouting in the grass and chewing on it. He was just pouting because he embarrassed himself, but that was pretty scary. It is kind of scary when a horse falls, because you're just like, oh, please tell me you didn't break your leg. Please tell me you didn't break your leg. Because a broken leg is just a death sentence. They're basically walking on their toes. That's all they have is fast. Yeah. Yeah, they're fun. They are fun and fascinating creatures. Maybe I should find it's kind of hard to find a place where you can just ask to ride a horse these days. One of the places I would think of doesn't have horses there anymore. Dang it. I would have gone there. Then go on a trail ride with a bunch of random people. That'd be fun. Ah, well. It is what it is. Ah, man. Woo! I think we are halfway through the quota for this level, which is awesome. I wasn't paying attention to how many I had to get at the start, but we were definitely in the 6,000s, and now we're down to almost 3,000. Well, we have a 3 in front of it, but I ain't calling it 3,000 until I see a 0 next to the 3. Let's name the zones, the zones, the zones. Let's name the zones of the open sea. I wish I memorized that because it's pretty cool. It's a pretty fun song. Good for learning. Songs are excellent for learning. Oh, I wish I knew where the CD was. Because when I was growing up, we had a lot of, like, some of it is still around. Some educational computer games. Like, some of them are Sesame Street themed. There were a couple of Barbie ones. I don't know if those ones work still. But definitely some Sesame Street themed. Some Freddy Fish games. Like, really cool educational games. And you also get a bunch of educational songs. This was on, I can't remember the name of the songbook, but like one of them had like the months, like the song, it started off with like, just listing off the months in order in like a really slow melody. I don't know if it was a waltz. It was like anyway. And then the second verse would list which like how many days are in the months, where it's like 30 days, half September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, but February has 28 alone. It sounds really weird in lyrical form, but it kind of actually works when the melody is put onto it, and then like it goes to the first verse with the listing the months, and then that verse, and then it plays both verses at the same time for like a duet thing, and it's really cool. Anyway, that's how I always know which days have 30, which months have 30 days and which ones don't. Of course, it doesn't specify about the leap year. But I always know when the leap year is. At least as of current, the leap year is whenever the US president gets elected. And it's always, and you always know it's every 4 years, and U.S. president gets elected on a leap year, like goes into office or whatever. Basically, whatever. Anyway. And it's also great for me keeping track of my own birthday, so. Of how old I am, because I'm actually I've been starting to lose contract. What? Contract! What is this? Goodness sakes. Losing track of how old I am. That may be surprising, but time doesn't feel real, and I lost concept of it back in 2018. This was pre-COVID. I lost concept of time in 2018. So yeah, that's when I stopped really paying attention to time in years and things. That's okay, though. I'm working on it. We're working on it. I say we. There's only me. Just me. Speaking of that, I need to make sure that my throat doesn't die. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Slightly warmer water is better. At least when it starts getting cold. Oop, posture check. I had to put on my slippers today. And by slippers, they are toothless slippers. They have little toothless faces on them. It's really cute. They're very comfy. And they're keeping my poor feet warm, even with socks on. Because unfortunately I get cold. I don't like the cold. I'm like a lizard. I get cold easily. Well, maybe not too easily, but easy enough that it's annoying. I'm taking a moment to lay down. It feels good. I needed that. I know that not everybody gets a chance to, but whenever you do get a chance, I highly recommend laying down at random, usually on something soft, which is laying down, and if you're on your feet all day for your job, elevate your feet. It's a blessing. Now, if you can't do that too often, compression socks. I actually bought some compression socks a couple of years ago because I was doing this project at my job. By the way, the compression socks did not show up because I was a silly goose who still online ordered things. So they didn't arrive until pretty much at the end of that task of the job. But basically, I was on my feet all day walking back and forth between things because I was cataloging and keeping track of some assets. So I was walking back and forth a lot. And it was doing numbers on my feet. I was also wearing boots at the time instead of the shoes that I wear now, which are basically just barely supportive sneakers, canvas shoes, if you will. I wear canvas shoes a lot now because they're comfy. But I was wearing boots at the time, and I needed some extra support for my poor legs because I did not elevate my feet. And compression socks are just really helpful, especially if you're a nurse. I do hear that as a recommendation. Also in retail, because I've heard in retail a lot of times you're told not to sit down, which kind of sucks, because, ouch. If you're in retail, try to find a place to elevate your feet on break, because you don't want your feet falling off. Well, they won't fall off, but it'll hurt. It'll hurt a lot. But elevating your feet gets the blood out of it. I know it's like pumped throughout your body and stuff, but gravity does have some effect. I mean, that's why you don't like hang upside down for too long, because otherwise the blood rushes to your head and it puts too much pressure on your face. It's not a very fun experience. Goodness me. Yeah. But also compression socks are just really good for circulation. It's very good for your circulation. I haven't worn them as much because I'm not as I'm both more active than I used to be, but less active than I used to be physically. It's kind of a toss-up. I want to say I'm more active than I used to be because I'm able to do more and I feel more energetic, but I might also just be less active than I used to be because I have more energy. Who knows? I'm working on it. It's a shame that I can't convince myself to be an early bird. Which, by the way, I was able to do in my previous job. I was able to get up early enough. But nowadays, I'm like, okay, if I go back in for any sort of job, I am going to find one that does not make me get up early in the morning. Because I physically cannot do it anymore. I probably could. I probably can. I just don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to die inside for my job. Which I have the option to do that, so obviously that's not a recommendation for everyone. Like, obviously if you're in a situation where you kind of have to do that, then all I can do is just wish you the best and wish you a bunch of energy to your soul, so then that way you're not completely drained out, because that sucks. I feel for you. Sleep is very necessary. And unfortunately... unfortunately, my goofy ass brain decided that it was a night owl. So oftentimes, my sleep time is like midnight or something like that. I could probably get my... I have done it before where I've gotten myself to go to bed early. Like, I used to have an alarm that would remind me that it was 10 p.m. so then I would go to bed. Because, like I said, time stopped being real around 2018. It just kind of stopped existing to me. So I've had to adapt. I keep track of time for, like, in these days I have an alarm for waking up in the morning if I haven't woken up yet. So I always make sure I'm up by 9. And then an alarm to remind me to take some daily supplements. I have to take daily supplements because I don't think I get enough of it from my diet, plus I can't just stuff my diet full of it. And that's what supplements are for. They're supposed to help supplement your diet, you know? It's not like the be-all end-all, like, if you take this, you are good for good. Like, it's a regular thing. And it's all stuff I'm low on, like, normally. I do want to do it naturally via diet, but there are some, like, internal physical restrictions that do make it difficult to do that. So, supplements are the way to go for me. But I have a alarm reminder to do that, which, honestly, I don't really need a reminder nowadays, because I have it in a place where I remember it, and I just take it as soon as I wake up, because, specifically iron, apparently it absorbs better on an empty stomach. So I'm like, okay, take those before breakfast. I get up, I take those, I wait for a bit, and then I have breakfast. I don't need an alarm for breakfast. I also have an alarm that reminds me it's 2 p.m. It used to be because I was taking some twice-a-day supplements, but I stopped really needing them. So the 2 o'clock alarm is still there, just for like a reminder of, hey, it's 2 p.m., by the way. And then I have a 5 p.m. alarm that reminds me it's 5 p.m. and I gotta make sure that I'm fed and the pets are fed. And yeah. I used to have a 10 p.m. alarm, I think I said that before, but I don't now, because I was like, you know what, I don't need to deal with that, and besides, I have been able to keep track of, like, later times. I'm regaining my sense of time. It isn't perfect, but it's going. It's definitely going. This isn't really an existential thing, it's more just a thing of personal stuff. But like not like personal, like, why would I say this on the internet? Like, sometimes, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who experiences this, sometimes time is fast, and then other times, time is extremely slow. And I can feel it sometimes as it's stretching out to take longer, and sometimes I can feel it compressing. I call it the time accordion. I know a lot of people got the concept of time idea with The Good Place with the Jeremy Bearimy thing, and then like the dot is Thursdays or something like that. Which honestly, I get the vibe. But I didn't properly watch the entirety of The Good Place. I have a bad habit of not fully watching TV shows. It's a terrible habit of mine, which means I don't get the full experience. I don't know why I do this for myself. But to me, I experience time as an accordion, at least the shape of an accordion, where it can stretch out and it can compress in any given way, where some parts are compressed and some are stretched. I think it's the best way to describe it. And the entire time, I still breathe, because let's face it, accordions breathe. Excuse me, sir. While I appreciate the extra damage, I do not want to die today. I'm on fire. Not literally. It's a good day. Whee! Okay. Big stretch. Ugh, big stretch. Very big stretch. Whew. Feels good on my back. Feels very good on my back to do big stretch. Jeez. Yep. Gonna have to start incorporating some new exercises. That'll be actually really fun. I can make it more fun by grabbing one of my cosplay costumes that's that I can freely move in and just exercise wearing that. I have the capability to do so. It's very silly. Plus, also, I think all of my old workout pants are gone because they were too small for me. Granted, I think I first got those workout pants when I was in, like, middle school, and I've definitely grown since middle school. At minimum, I've grown since middle school. Yikes. I have the proper body of an adult woman, so you know what? That makes sense. Why should I wear the clothes I wore as a teenager? It's fun being an adult. Despite the paperwork and other painful things to deal with as an adult, it is pretty fun. Because nobody tells you not to do things because you're a kid anymore. You can be dumb as an adult. And I mean, people will still tell you don't be dumb. And honestly, frequently when someone is telling you as an adult don't be dumb, most of the time, at least a decent portion of the time, they are probably right. And they are actually trying to help. Sometimes there are people who are sabotaging you for some weird ass reason or something like that, but most of the time it's just like, maybe you shouldn't do any extra drinking this weekend, you know? Or maybe you should go to bed. You know, that sort of thing. I'm gonna sleep so freaking good tonight. If I don't, I'm gonna be annoyed. But I bet I'm gonna sleep so well. Because I made a list and I got the things that I wanted to accomplish for sure on it. I have bonus objectives, which does include recording an update on the bakery Minecraft map that I have. Because I made some changes, and so far I really like them. It's really cool. I can't wait to record it, edit it together, and then upload it. Thankfully, that'll be a speedy upload. I'm so excited for that, actually. That's one of the bonus objectives for today. The other bonus objective is like working on a couple of manuscripts that I have been writing. Oh my. Ooh, I felt that hiccup yawn. It was like a combination of a hiccup, burp, and yawn that I just felt all at once, but it was quiet and it hurt. I felt that one. I can still feel my dinner in my stomach too. It was kind of on the heavy side, but to be fair, I ate a lot of food. I was very hungry. Like, I was like on my way over, because I picked up fast food. On my way over, I was like craving the food. I was like, I need the food now. I really like food. Food is good for the soul. It's both nutritious, and then when it's delicious, it's even more nutritious. Like, you absorb the nutrients better when you actually enjoy your food. I don't remember which study it is, but there was a study on that. It's really cool. So, like, try to make nutritious food taste good, and it will feel a lot better. The power of feeling good about yourself is a powerful thing. That sounded really redundant, but maybe you get it. Maybe not. That's okay if you don't. That's fine. It's a process. Sometimes I hear things and I'm like, okay, I understand what's being said, but it's not clicking in my head. I can always tell when something's clicking in my head because I like physically feel it click in my head. I can feel the myelin actually wrapping around the neuron and dendrite or whatever. I used to remember exactly the parts of the brain for that. God bless them. Oh, hang on, let me just finish that yawn actually instead. I was gonna say God bless the myelin sheets on the dendrites on your nerve cells that help you remember things. They are such a blessing. Yep, okay, 6:30 is definitely the new start time instead of 7, even though we get the hop, skip, and a jump from the 7 o'clock, whatever the hell was going on there moment. This is honestly better. I like this. I like this a lot. I wonder if there's like a hidden power cycle going on at that time. I bet there is. That sounds logical, actually. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like with some server updates, like sometimes things get updated every 15 minutes, sometimes it's every 30 minutes. Some things are instantaneous updates depending on what it is, and then some things take like a whole 24-hour overnight push sort of deal. I've worked with systems and been a user of systems that use each of those things that I've listed. Where some of them update every 30 minutes, every 15, and every 24 hours, and at a certain time of day. It's really, it's good to know those things too, like with systems that you're working with, or even systems you're just using as a user rather than an administrator or developer. Like when you know what timings are when, you can get an idea of like when to submit things, when not to submit things, when things are going to get posted. Like bank stuff, like bank payments or transfers and stuff. Oftentimes they post the transaction at a certain time of day instead of immediately. Unless you specifically request it, but that just might be my bank or credit union, so I can't say for sure. But usually it's at a regular time, that way they know, okay, it occurred on this specific day before this specific time when the charges were posted. It's actually a really good system that helps you keep track of when things are. It's also a good marker of like 24 hours and stuff, and then you also know, like, in the case of the system that I dealt with where it was like every 15 minutes, it would update the data and push it. If it took longer than the usual 15-minute mark, then I could call up the people putting the data in and be like, hey, is this stuff supposed to be in yet? Is there anything that needs to be done on the person's end? Like that sort of thing. And then I would be able to either get it squared away or be like, hey, you need to come back later and then we can do the rest of this thing. It was really cool, because then once I knew that, it was way easier to handle all that stuff. I liked that part. What is it with me and my fear of paperwork? Maybe I'll ask... but I already tried to get into that before! Maybe I didn't get into the root of it. Nice. It wasn't quite 24, but I'll take it. Rose Ray, 8, 16, yeah, 20. Like I said, I'm gonna get really good at multiplying and dividing by 8s. Also 4s at this point. 4s and 8s. I'm gonna get really good at these. Please, sir, a crumb of damage so that way I can get what I want. I want another 8. Yeah. I made a joke earlier about him making an emote. This is just the number 8, but you know what? We're gonna do 80 instead. Just 80. That'll be my perfect score one. I don't know. That's a while off, though. Did I get them all? I did! Yay! Woohoo! Woohoo! Oh, good times, good times. Excellent. Ah, man. I really do like the environment design of this. They did a pretty good job of blending in the different textures in the room. So then it looked like a void, like an endless void. Like you can kind of see where some borders and some of the textures mix in. I don't know whether or not that if it's because it's a PlayStation 4 port or anything else. I could check. I specifically, this was a little while ago, while I was doing stuff. Anyway, long story short, I specifically got a PS2 and a couple of dance pads and one copy of one of the Dance Dance Revolution games because I really wanted to play it. I don't play it as often as I thought I would, but I do play it and it's a lot of fun for me. And since I got 2 dance pads, that means that family members of mine can join in. It's very fun. And it's good exercise for the legs. It's especially gonna come in clutch during the winter for sure. At least during the times where I really don't want to go outside. Ah, there we are. Hiccups. They are powerful things. Whew. Maybe I should stand. I don't know. Some kind of posture check. Jeez Louise. Big stretch. And stretch. I am so sorry that I have to keep doing these stretches and stuff like that. But for some reason my spine seems to think it's compressed, which means it probably is compressed. And, yeah. I don't want it compressed. I want it to stretch, dang it! I do understand why this is a proper... Oh, this feels nice. Hey! For once I'm not folding my legs! I have found my solution for not giving my knee more pain than it already has. The answer is slippers. I love slippers. They're very fun. Excellent indoor shoes that can be worn. Ah. And it's when socks just really aren't cutting it for ya. Yay! I got an 8 out of that. Ah. But yeah, with that little PS2 DDR setup, I could probably just, I could probably get a copy of KH2 on the PS2. I don't know if I would want to do that to myself, though. Emotional damage might ensue because you can't get you can't skip cutscenes. Not that that's a problem, but yeah, yeah. I would be able to record it though, because I've actually done like recordings of off my Wii, like on my YouTube channel. I have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle playthrough that I used a capture card to record the footage for, because I wanted to do justice to my original playthrough back in like I don't freaking know when, but that older one was. That one was recorded with, it's not a camcorder, it's just a digital camera. Honestly, peak. The fact that I did that is really impressive, but I did get a capture card, and I also got a AV to HDMI adapter, so then that way I could actually capture card it, so yeah. This is the same equipment that I pretty much used for Like, the same equipment that I'm using right now as streaming is the same stuff that I use for the TMNT playthrough. So yeah, I've done quite a bit. Like, a lot of times when I talk about stuff that, like, I've accumulated, it's because I've accumulated it, like, spaced out over, like, different years and stuff. Like, it was definitely not all at once. That is how any sort of collection goes, is you kind of just accumulate it over time. It's great. I love accumulating things over time. I'm glad I waited for so long to get a copy of Kingdom Hearts, because I was able to get to play the final mixes and stuff. I only had to get one console to play all of the games, except maybe the mobile games. I did play Union Cross for quite some time, actually. It was a lot of fun. I really liked the customization and stuff. I was one of those free players, so metal pulls were kind of intense for me, and I was just like, please work, please work, please work, please work. Because I was like, I refuse to use money on this thing. And it worked out. It was great. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it. I also just really liked customizing my avatar, because I am a sucker for fashion. I really like fashion. It's fun. Because it's fun to, like, dress up. It's really fun to dress up, let's be honest. Because you can change your perception about yourself and how you dress and stuff and how you style yourself. It's really cool. It's fascinating. You can, like, shapeshift in a way. And also project, this is what I do. This is what I'm like. This is what I think about. This is the vibe I want to give off. It's really fun. I have been working towards finding what I like in terms of style. I picked up tank tops in the past couple of years, which is something I didn't I kind of wore them regularly, but I always wore something over them. I mean, I'm currently wearing something over a tank top, but that's because it's cold and I want to be warm. I'm wearing a cardigan and it's really cute. Because when's the best time to shop at Hot Topic? It's during Halloween season! Because then you get the cute spooky stuff. That's a lot of fun. It's my favorite cardigan actually now. It's cute and cozy. I also do like wearing like dressy things, but it is really difficult for me to find like fancy clothes that I feel comfortable wearing. And I can't tell if it's just like me or if it's like the lighting or something like that, or if it's like a body dysmorphia thing. But when I try on dresses at like the mall or something like that, oh boy. Oh boy, does the self-consciousness come out in full swing. It is a vicious thing. It didn't used to be as vicious, but I'm definitely not like, I'm not big, but I'm also not small. I weigh like between 160 and 165 depending on the day. So like I look fine physically and stuff, but like definitely not in like the whole like 2000s. Well, in 2000s I would have been considered fat, let's face it. 2000s was evil with that, jeez. Gosh. But anyway, I think it's also just the lighting. The lighting is not very flattering in changing rooms. It is not, which is a darn shame. Lighting is a huge part of what makes things feel good. But I do actually have a couple of fancy, formal outfits. One of them turned out to be a jumpsuit. That was hilarious, but I look pretty damn cute in it, so it works with me. And the other one is just like a nice black dress, and it's kind of long. And if I styled it, it would look extra cute. We have 3 weed whackers in this house. That's a terrifying thing. We do not need 3 weed whackers. I'd like some damage, but not that much damage. Muchas gracias for your contribution to my crazy idea and project. Dusk farming is so fun. It's gonna be really weird once I get to level 99. The day I get to it will be a very funny day, because either I'll get to level 99 at the end of a stream, or I'll get to it at the beginning of the stream, and then I'll be like, welp, there goes the neighborhood, we are at level 99. Obviously, for anyone who just checked in, we are not at level 99, we are not even close. We are nowhere near that. We're not there for like, at least a month or 2. At least. But on that day, I'll need to like, I'll definitely need to think ahead of how I go about dealing with that specific day. Because then, from then on, it's like, once I'm at level 99, that'll be the day that I beat up Twilight Thorn. And it'll be hilarious. If I remember, I did remember hearing that that is gonna stunt Donald and Goofy, so I might let them do a lot of the work when I'm, like, in the main gameplay once I get them again. And there's definitely gonna be some kooky things, and I'm gonna have to save very frequently, especially before adding abilities, especially as Roxas. Although I think in some I just hope it doesn't crash. That's what I really hope. I hope it doesn't crash. I fear for my PS4's life. It's been behaving pretty well, though. It only misbehaves when I run Crunchyroll, and that's just because Crunchyroll's PS4 app is not optimized well. Sorry, Crunchy, your app is not very optimized. It starts lagging out about 6 episodes of watching in, and then after you've, like, even remotely exited out of the app, unless you put it in arrest mode, the PS4 is jittery as hell. It could be a processing issue, but I'm pretty sure it's only that app that does it. I don't think it does it with it doesn't do it when I run the Netflix app in there. I haven't watched any Netflix in ages on there. I probably have, I just don't remember it in the past couple of days or so. I primarily use Crunchy because I like my anime, and I like being able to watch it on a television screen, and it's fun. It's also fun because I've been able to actually share some series that are pretty good with family. And I'm extremely picky when I go with sharing with family. Like, obviously there are a lot of shows that I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna share that. And like, so I'm extremely picky. Like, I can't remember. It's the demographic that's more geared towards adult women. That's the anime audience type that I'm going for. So I am very unlikely to show shonen, maybe even shoujo to like family and stuff. Is it josei? I want to say it's josei. Or is it seinen? No, seinen's the older shonen. Gosh dang it, I never get it right. Okay, I can get it right, I just don't remember, but I think it is josei for like older girls and older women. But like, obviously there's different audiences and stuff, and so I pick those specific ones because they're going to focus a lot on the story and stuff. I'll need to review how Yona of the Dawn is before I consider sharing that. But I've heard it's really good, and it sucks that we've only got 1 season of it. We need more. A little dash of drama, but some grounded stuff going on and stuff. Yeah. Or some educational aspect in it. Like Cells at Work. That was the first one. So, yeah. If my family member is ever asked, hey, what was your first anime? Oh, well, it was Cells at Work. Oh, okay. Yeah. Honestly, that's a really good series. It's a really fun series to watch. I still haven't finished season 2. I probably should. It's a blast. Plus, you get to learn a lot about the human body throughout that. And it convinced a lot of weebs to take care of themselves after the first season came out. That was pretty cool. Because they're like, I want to take care of the little anime girls inside my body, even though it's just literally yourselves and personification of yourselves. But I think it's really sweet. It's a good way to get people to take care of themselves. It reminds me of the... I've only seen this in screenshots specifically. I am not a 4chaner, but it reminds me of the 4chan post where a guy who was addicted to Xanax kind of was like down in his life, and he ended up like learning how to take care of shrimps. Because the first time he got shrimps, he ended up killing them with his apathy, and he decided to look how to take care of them, what environment they're supposed to be in, and like ended up quitting Xanax to save more so that he can spend on shrimp instead. Like just taking care of them. It's really cool. It reminds me of that. That's such a cool story. I hope it's real. I hope to goodness it's real, because that'd be awesome. I would like for happy things to happen to people who genuinely get their lives back, one way or another. I love seeing that. Wee. Alright, we blend in, we bacon. We getting only 12 XP from that because I wasn't paying attention to the healthin'. What? Oh dear. Sorry, that just reminded me of Brian Regan's, I think it was like a whole thing called Stupid in School. I can't remember what you would call it. A whole set called Stupid in School. And he was talking about plurals, how plurals are hard too. Brian, how do you make a word a plural? Put an S. Put an S on the end of it. Where? On weekends and holidays, and then like, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna recite the whole thing, but I had it memorized. I memorized it for a class because I thought it was funny as hell. I thought it was hilarious. In that same English class, you know what I did? You know how they do like random clips of movie characters, and they like sync their like the clips to the dial to like whatever random other thing is there? I found that for Rise of the Guardians, and it was the funniest thing to me, and I shared that with my classmates on a day that was like Silly Videos Day or something like that. I thought it was hilarious. For some reason it wigged out and only showed half the screen, but I thought it was great. I exposed people to weird fandom content, but you know what? It's golden. That's the golden type of fandom content you want, where people just edit things like dialogue clips from Friends, but you put the characters from Rise of the Guardians over it, and it's hilarious. 10 out of 10. Okay, once I take down these three, I really need to get water, because, oh. And by get water, I mean I'm just gonna grab the water bottle right next to me. I'm totally fine. Oh, there we are. Sweet, sweet water. It makes it a heck of a lot easier to breathe, too. Hydration is good. The other day, it was after my first 2 streams or so, I was getting a sore throat, and I was like, oh no, me talking too much is destroying my voice. What do I do? And so I looked up, and I remember 2 specific things from that. One of them is make sure that you rest your voice afterwards and stuff like that for speaking engagements. This was more geared toward people who regularly do speaking engagements. You keep up your posture, so try to straighten up your back so then you don't compress your lungs and to make it easier to breathe and stuff with your diaphragm. And the other one is keep adequate hydration. Ooh, I felt that burp. I really felt that one. Woo! Like I said, I had a big meal for dinner, and I really actually don't regret it. I don't regret it in the slightest. It was a good one. Ooh. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but that yawn also felt really good. I think the watching Mary Poppins did a good number on my day and my energy. Some rest and recreation is good for life. I think that was kind of part of the message of what Mary Poppins was trying to get for Mr. Banks. That, like, yeah, it's good to have structure and stuff, but it's also good to, like, have fun and spend time with your kids. That is the case if you're a parent, you know. Spend time with your kids. You only got so long while they're kids before, like, when they're teenagers, they're, like, trying to figure out their identity and stuff, so they're trying to figure out who they are without, like, you telling them who they are or something like that. Like, you know, spend time with them while they're still little. Go on walks with them. Show them how to, like, you don't have to make them do the whole cooking process, but show them how to make mac and cheese. Or show them how their favorite meal is made. Because they'll think that's really cool, and then one day when they're older, they might ask you, hey, Ma or Pa, or parent, can you teach me how to make that again? And, like, help me make it? Like, it's a good skill. Like, and, like, don't make chores a punishment, make them fun. Like, show the benefits of that. Like, when I was growing up, folding the laundry, that one has never really bothered me. Like, it does feel kind of tedious, but as a kid growing up, what we'd do is after a huge load of laundry, we would go, we had the pile of laundry in the hallway, and we'd sort the laundry, we'd all sit together and fold the laundry and stuff. Not everybody. Mainly just my, just my sister and me. But we would sort out our laundry, find our clothes and stuff, and then fold it, and then we'd put it away in our rooms and stuff. It was really fun. We get to hang out, the clothes were nice and warm and stuff. I would always press my face in the nearest warm shirt of mine because I was like, hey, warm, dry clothes, But it made it fun. It's one of my fondest memories. It was really fun to do that. But, like, make those things fun. 'Cause, yeah. Not me doing advice column ass shit. But it's... at the same time, it's like, it's not a bad thing. It's not bad advice either. It's actually quite decent. Is it perfectly applicable to everyone? Probably not. Would everyone want to do it that way? Does it work for them? Of course not. It's worth a shot. It's worth a try. I mean, shoot. I don't know what advice it was that prompted me to, like, do, like, just say, screw it, I'm gonna start streaming and I'm gonna do, well, start streaming again. It had been, when I started streaming this again, it had been over a year since I last streamed, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna dedicate time, I'm gonna set aside time in the day, like, nearly almost every day, most weekdays, where I just grind and beat up dusks for an hour. Farm dusks for an hour. I really need to work on just saying farming dusks. Goodness sakes. But like farm dusks for a couple of hours, level up, chat away, and just try to do that on a regular basis. Hey! Good to see you again. For those in YouTube chat, Twitch chat also, like I have multi-stream going on. But hello again. It's good to see ya. I started slightly earlier today, and it was fun. It's been fun. We might actually make it to the next level this time. Last time I did not make it to the next level. Good chow. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Smiting the dusks as you rest. It's good times. It's very good times. There we are. A strike and a spin, and there we go. Yeah. I started about like 30 minutes earlier today because I did not have adequate amount of time the previous stream to get to level 29. So after the stream, I went back on the game after I took care of some things. Then I went back on the game and finished the grind to level 29, so then I could actually just start getting to level 30 this stream. I'm very glad I did that, too. I'm also glad I rested on Friday, because I needed it so bad. I was a little sick at the time. I'm doing much better. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It'll be great when it'll be great when I'm at level 99 and I'll be like, yes, I get to fight Twilight Thorn. Yeah. It'll be a blast. Yeah. 'Tis the season of weathering. Come on. There we are. Yeah. A lot of people are getting back to school, and with getting back to school, lots of germs are going around, and with lots of germs going around, everybody getting sick. A lot of people getting sick. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be great to get Roxas to level 99. I did mention earlier that I'm scared of it glitching, but I'm definitely gonna save frequently. If it crashes, it crashes. I'll have it saved. I'll have it saved. And that'll be grand. I just realized there is a clock in my room. There are actually 2 clocks in my room. One of them I have not replaced the batteries in. It's a Kingdom Hearts theme clock that looks like a vinyl record, but it's really not. It's a very cheap plastic thing. But, yeah, I have the batteries not in it because I really don't like the ticking noise at night. And there's this other clock that has kind of like a glass dome over the top of it, and I think it's supposed to spin. But I haven't fixed it up so then it works. I'm kind of scared to fix it because what if it makes noise? But at the same time, I'm like, that'd be really cool if it got it to work. It used to be my grandparents' clock. It's not like a big clock. It's like a little less than a foot tall. I could probably grab my tape measure. I'll grab my tape measure after I get these 2. I could grab I could grab the tape measure while I get these 2. I can do what I want. Haha! Oh, I just kicked my water bottle on the floor. Whoops. And that is why we have sealed water bottles. Hang on, I'm doing a weird moment where I just randomly measure things in my room. Okay, never mind, it's like a foot tall. Huh. Strangely, I thought a foot was a lot shorter. Or taller? Maybe it's a... Yeah, no, it's about a foot tall. It's close to a foot tall. But, like, it's not that big. As a clock, I mean. Oh, there we are. Alright. Knowledge has been found. Crisis averted. Now, this isn't related to knowledge. But guess what time it is? It's time for me to drink more water. Not quite lukewarm, but definitely not cold. Definitely not freezing cold. Let's do a sweep, so then that way I don't accidentally get into the doorway. Perfect! Ah. Nice. Very nice indeed. Oh. looking at the clock has just made me also realize there's a piece of artwork that I made with pencil like ages ago that I have in a frame. And part of me wants to replace it, but the other part of me still likes it. Let me take a look at it. Okay, the path, one of the paths really sucks. The foremost path looks good, but the one in the background kind of sucks. And then, I do like the grass texturing. Okay, it's not like intentionally, like, it's not all blades of grass, but like, it's a significant number of blades of grass. And I really like how they did the trees. I think I should have done a little bit more spreading out the branches of the trees. One of the background trees looks better. And I can't tell if those two rocks are bushes or not. And there's also a bird's nest that's just blatantly out of place, but I love it. I love that picture. I do draw. You'd have to scroll super far back, but I think I've mentioned this before, where I did a Hermittober challenge thing back in like 2022, and I actually did the whole month. I actually completed the entire month. This was back when like Double Life was coming out, or had just come out that year. And I think it was during season 8. Was it during season 8? Let me see. No, it was season 9 because I see a King Run drawing in that mix with the whole diamond piles and stuff like that. But yeah, I actually posted those on my Twitter and on my Blue Sky. Not all of them on my Blue Sky though. I've done some redrawings of some of the blue ones on my Blue Sky. I really like doing that though. It was a lot of fun. And for some reason I had to do it on sticky notes. I don't know why, but really small canvases just work with me. I really like doing small canvas drawing. I want to draw more often. It is on my list of things that I want to do. I have like a whole list of things. One of them I'm already doing. It's streaming. And by streaming, especially on YouTube, since it auto like uploads it, it does kind of in a way upload a video to YouTube every single time I stream, which is awesome. Very awesome indeed. I very much enjoy it. And then I've also been writing a lot more and continuing with some projects that I had put on hold for a while due to my own health issues and stuff like that. It's been a good ride. It's been a good ride. Let me double check something real quick. Okay, good. Good. We are rolling. We already have 99 potions. We will not get more than 99. I was listening to ABBA part of today and part a bit yesterday, but mostly today. Just because I felt like it. But I'm going to be honest, it was mostly I just wanted to listen to the ABBA songs that were featured on the Mamma Mia soundtrack, but what they did. 1 second, gotta cough again. Okay, making sure to stretch my hands so then I don't get surprised carpal tunnel again. Or maybe not carpal tunnel, but RSI, which is repetitive stress injury. Which can be done by just playing video games, okay? That's literally all I do. Not all I do, but you know what I mean. It's the only reason that I would get it. Oh my gosh. Oh, Mama needs a nap. I am not Mama. What the hell? Thank you for the damage. That is perfect. I'm doing a lot of standing up. It's good for the nerves. Am I not doing something right? Oh, there's buttons on the back. Yay, pretty colors. Awesome, let's go. Oh, that's how it works. I was messing with the light. I'm sorry. I wanted to put on some lights in another spot because where my television is, there isn't actually really much light in that side of the room other than the television and the laptop that is doing the streaming process and so forth. Oh my gosh, standing feels so good. Holy crap. Let me turn on one more light that probably is going to need batteries replaced soon. Yeah, let's go. It's an orb that looks like a snow globe, and it's got little plastic fake crystals and a wire line of LEDs that are warm colored. And I've also got a glowing orb that basically just looks like a moon. That one's a light therapy lamp that I meant to get while I was at my old job. And I didn't get it until I left my old job. But that's okay. That is a-okay. It's good stuff, and I really like that thing. It's a nice light in my room. I think it's on the longest throughout the day. Yeah, it's a little warm. Hope it's not causing itself too much trouble. Ah. Oh my goodness. There are roses nearby, and they've started to produce rose hips, which is basically the fruit of roses. And every once in a while, every time they come up, I always think, maybe I'll make something with the rose hips, and then I'm like, am I actually gonna do that, or just keep saying that I'm gonna do it? Usually it's just I'm gonna keep saying it. Huh. That's weird. A memory of a dream came up again. I don't know exactly what it was, but I do remember something about, like, having trouble committing to a specific path. That was a very interesting time. Alrighty, here we go. We rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Proud Mary is such a good song. It's the one by Tina Turner. I don't know if there's anybody else who's sang that song, but I know it was featured in the second Miss Congeniality movie when they did a whole drag show to sort of sneak backstage to speak to a different drag queen. That was pretty cool. That was a really fun scene in that film. Those are some fun films. Oh, my. Alright, once I get rid of these three guys, I'm gonna give you the be right back screen. Because I need to take care of something real quick. But I can wait just a little bit longer to take down these three. Alright, okay. I'm gonna give you the be right back screen real quick. And I will indeed be right back. And I'm back. Thank you so much for y'all's patience with me in my surprisingly frequent breaks to take care of my human form. I was gonna say I am human, of course. No, I am. I am, unfortunately. How I'd love to be a non-specific being. That'd be so awesome. Become a concept like Madoka. Spoilers, sorry! Okay, that's not really understandable spoilers until you watch the whole thing. It does not make a single lick of sense until you actually watch it, and then you're like, wait a minute! That's okay. Alrighty. Come on, give me the swish. Yay, we got an 8! Oh my gosh, we're actually gonna... Are we gonna make it, though? Are we really gonna make it? Are we gonna make it? I believe we can. We just gotta put our minds to it and do the best we can. We gotta swing our swords and make up our minds. We gotta put in the time, and do it right. I don't know, I'm just freestyling at this point. Streaming is a great outlet for me. Because then I can be as silly as I used to be as a kid. And it makes sense for me to be absolutely bonkers. I love it. I can make up songs. I can sing random songs. So long as I don't sing it too good. Otherwise Twitch thinks that I'm playing the actual thing. And then it gets mad at me. I think YouTube does the same thing, but it seems slightly less angry at me, but then again, it's probably just been a while since it's gotten mad at me for something. Or it just feels inconsequential for being mad at me. Goodness me. I apologize to anyone who is from the South that had to hear that accent. 'Cause I knew at least one person who did grow up in the South, and boy howdy did it drive him nuts when I made this particular accent. He was just like, that is not how you do a proper Southern accent. And I'm thinking, boy, I'm probably just doing a voice from a different region, or it's just a hellish stereotype that I'm doing, which is probably I shouldn't be doing. I could probably stand to do a little bit of practice. Voice practice is hard. There are some voices that I used to do more that I don't do now. Just because I'm like, I'm definitely not going to do it justice. And it's going to sound like a mockery when it's really not a mockery. I will always mock British, though, just because it's funny. Specifically English. Just because it's funny. And to paraphrase and quote literally every other like joke thing on the internet, I will always make fun of the French just because it's apparently funny to do that. I will praise the French though for their protesting style so that they can get reasonable work hours and stuff. Nobody quite does it like the French. Actually, some people have been doing it like the French and pulling it off and stuff. It's really impressive. Heard about the whole situation in Nepal, specifically from the guy who just happened to be there at the same time and accidentally became an on-the-ground journalist. That was so cool, actually. That was genuinely one of the coolest things ever. Dude just keeps showing up in random places and accidentally becoming a journalist. It's good to get the message out there. It's really good. We are doing so swell. Oh my gosh. Who knew what a difference of 30 minutes would make? A huge difference, I might add. Will it work forever? No. But it's working for me now! That's all that matters, is that it's working. Oh my gosh, why was I trying to do an Arnie impression? That was such a bad Arnie impression. Why do I keep trying to do impressions? They're bad, but they're so fun to do. I am so sorry, I might be a little bit on the loud side. In one of the older streams, it's still on my YouTube channel, there's an old KH YouTube stream from like a couple years ago or so. It did end on me getting my butt kicked by Saïx and me being like, okay, I need to stop before I rage. But I was streaming directly from the PS4, which comes with its own pros and cons, mainly that you can't adjust the volume of the microphone output, so you have to constantly yell in order to be heard. Which did make for a funny Roxas fight when I was fighting Roxas at Sora. That's on my main critical file, which at times I have actually dipped into during the streams. I don't think I'm going to dip into it this one. When we start having like really long intervals between getting levels or something like that, or maybe like we'll feel out the thing, but at times I'm gonna poke around into my critical file on stream just to be like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. I think I'm at level 54 on my other critical file. That's the main one that I've been playing on. I still haven't beat Saïx, by the way. I want to level up my summons so then I can cheese that fight, because Saïx is bringing me to tears, man. He is setting off the same stress signals that I got when I was getting my butt kicked by Ansem when I was first playing KH1. It was bad. It was bad. I have to be very technical when dealing with Saïx, unfortunately. And Mickey's not there to save me constantly like he was with Zaldin. That was hilarious. And I also have that on my YouTube channel in my KH Shenanigans playlist. I know it's kind of silly to advertise for my own YouTube channel on my Twitch and YouTube channel, but like, those are fun videos that I'm actually kind of proud of. Like, some of them are just like gameplay, so then you don't have to hear me talking constantly, and then other videos is like gameplay where I am talking. It just depends on the thing. Oh my goodness. Stop dodging me. Okay, in my defense, actually in my not defense, I wasn't utilizing the reversal technique to get him to stop. And I was just spamming X. So, that's on me. I was spamming the attack button. That's my bad. Wow! My YouTube and Twitch streams are in sync. I have both of them open on separate devices to monitor the streams personally. Like, I'm monitoring it through multi-chat too on my OBS. But I do like to personally look at what's going on the stream manager myself. Because then I can also, like, deal with it physically. Like, well, as physically as you can get, you know what I mean? I think you know what I mean. There we are. Ooh, we're gonna make it to level 30 today. I didn't even break out the calculator. I have the calculator nearby, but I haven't broken it out, so... I think it also helps that we're at the beginning of the week, and at the beginning of the week, I always feel like I've started off fresh. Toward the end of the week, I have a higher tendency to break out the calculator. There's probably a stats problem that could be made out of this. I really gotta start randomly emailing my old stats professor and just my old math professors and just annoy the daylights out of them with random stupid math questions. I'd need to get a measurement of time to do one of the math problem things. Of like, whether it's faster to take the time to get, 80 XP or whether it's faster to get 40. And that also has to include the time backtracking. One of these days I will, in fact, email my old professors and do that and annoy the daylights out of them. Maybe I'll also add in my random statistics of when I break out the calculator during the week. That'd be a fun, fascinating thing to be like, hey, here's some random stats data that you can throw at your class. Because, you know, it's always fun to experiment with stats problems and stuff. Like the mean, medium, mode, I mean, that's like a small part of it. There was some other stuff. I have the notes still. I actually used to share them with one of my classmates. I don't know how he's doing. I hope he's doing good. I hope he graduated college. I think he was in one of the esports teams. And on a couple days where he's like missed, I like took pictures of the notes and stuff, because I always like dutifully took notes and stuff and like noted what part of the homework and stuff we were working on. Just cause I like helping people with things. Like, so then they can like do the things themselves type thing. I really like the Excel homework once I learned how to do that too. Those were so fun. It was like magic. It was like learning magic spells and learning ruins to conjure up the spells to get the numbers that I need to see. Those were so fun. And being able to do them manually is a pain in the butt, but it's kind of satisfying when you get it right and you're just like, yes! Nailed it. It's very fun to successfully solve a puzzle. It's also appealed by, ooh, I should do an escape room sometime. I need to go outside and touch grass and do experiences a lot more, because then that means that's more stuff that I can tell y'all about during the streams. I do still have like an arsenal of stuff, and sometimes I can just repeat stories and stuff, because then it just becomes part of my lore or whatever. There were a couple of points in time where I considered making a PNG tuber, or even like try my hand at like making a VTuber, but I got really scared at all the bells and whistles and stuff. But I think the more I get used to like this, where I'm like grinding to figure stuff out and solving the problems and stuff to optimize this, I think I'll actually like try my hand at trying to make a VTuber. It'll look like absolute shit, for sure, by first try. But that'll be fun. That'd be kind of cool. Because then I could implement the VTuber. That'd be scary, though. That'd be really scary, like, in any sense of having a camera on my face. Even though it would never show my actual face in any capacity, that would still be, like, frightening. So maybe not. Maybe a PNG tuber that responds to voice. I did do something like that with, was it in Notepad++, I think? It was like in some high school class and stuff. We were like supposed to make a program thing that responded to a voice, and we had like a bit of the program that did the voice response thing. So then we could make a little face that responded to how loud people would get. It was like a thing that would encourage kids to talk more. Because, you know, it's fun to see something respond to you. Like video games. With the interactiveness, you get to see it respond and stuff, and then you just go back one and the back. And that's a 4, whoopsie. That's okay. I was giving an example, it's fine. It's educational purposes. I wonder what I would have done to try to justify this as educational. Because back when I was younger, for my parents to buy us a computer game or any sort of game, we had to justify it as educational in some way. We managed to get through with Zoo Tycoon. That was really fun. Same with Roller Coaster Tycoon. It was like learning how to like do theme parks and building stuff and putting together zoos and learning about animals type thing. Which I did learn though. I actually did learn quite a bit. It's like, maybe not to the extent that I should have, because I really like just playing with the sandbox worlds instead, where I had unlimited money, because I just was like, yeah, nah, I don't want to have a budget. I don't want to think about money, but nowadays I'd probably give it a go. That'd be a fun project to do. do like a little playthrough of like Roller Coaster Tycoon, learn how to manage money and stuff like that. So then it would be more fun to challenge myself in that way. It'd be a blast. Oh my. My oh me oh my. Oh my oh me oh my. Yeah. I didn't do too many of them, but I do remember the existence of the challenge modes of Zoo Tycoon 2, especially with the Endangered Species Pack and African Savanna Pack. I think that's what it's called. I just realized I think I missed a call. Let me double check. I definitely missed a call. Okay, cool. We are so gonna make it to the end. Let's do this. Alright. I don't know what time I saw that message, but we are gonna make it through that time limit. Let's frickin' go. We got 241. What is 24 divided by... Oh crap, it's a 23 now. We're gonna work with the 24. 24 divided by 8 is 3. So we got... That cannot be right. That cannot be right. Can it be right? Nah. Could it be? Could it? No. No way. No, that doesn't sound right. It's gotta be more than 2. It's gotta be more than 3. No way. That can't be right. Can it? No, that doesn't seem right. Well, we are working with 80s. So that's gotta be at least 280. Oh my gosh. We're close to level 30, gang. Let's go. I gotta stop hitting force. And without even breaking out the calculator once, let's go. We'll see. We'll see. I need this. See, this is why I want to practice a math book. Get a little physical math book to practice my math with. So, 1 second. And that is what I get for talking a lot. That's okay, I'll live. Well, these guys smack the crap out of me. I'll get some water. Sorry that you have to hear the water drinking noises. Okay, good. I actually turned the mic back on. That's a 4. That's okay. Okay. If I pull this off right... we're about to hit level 30. So let's make these camp. Oh, I love the music of this game. It's so good. One of my favorite things is when I start recognizing composers. I love when I recognize composers. Oh no, my Twitch monitor is broken again. Hang on. Stop breaking! It's such a brat on mobile. There we go. That's more like it. I am baby talking a program. Honestly, that's not the weirdest thing I've baby talked. It's only saved on my Twitch channel, but I literally saved the VODs of me doing the entire campaign of Forsaken. And there's a very specific gun that's just a common gun, but I absolutely love it. I think it's an automatic. Well, it is an automatic. But I love that dang thing. It's one of my favorites. And for a while, I didn't have it. And it made me really sad because I'm like, I miss my gun. I miss my raw slices too. It's my favorite gun. It was my favorite. And then during one of the last missions, it came back to me. It came back to me and I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed you so much. And I started baby talking and I'm like, I am baby talking a gun. Which, I mean, I guess that tracks for a lot of gun owners. They can and will baby talk their guns. But I just thought it was so silly of me. I don't know if something like that will ever happen again because I'm not sure about wanting to play Destiny 2 again. And mainly because I couldn't fit it on my frickin' PS4 without deleting other games. And I'm like, girl, why are you taking up so much space? I want to play other games than Destiny 2. Do I need to get like a specific extra hard drive just for Destiny 2 to be installed on? Is that it? Is that what I need to do? Just have a dedicated drive for that? And I was just like, no. There are other things I can play. I mean, I could also just play it on not a PlayStation. I do like how I do like controlling shooter games with the controller. I could probably jerry-rig a... I might not even have to jerry-rig it, actually. Shoot. No! Time! No! We're working with this, we're working with this. Hang on, I gotta... Okay, we're back in. We're gonna make it. We are going to make this time turn straight. We have to make it! Come on, let's do it! Let's do it! We got 3 more! Let's do this! Let's make this work. We are gonna get 24 out of these suckers. Let's go! Level 30 home slices. Let's bring it home by taking out these last 5. Sorry about destroying your ears. But you probably have had the volume down for hours at this point. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, did that say 69.98? That means it started off at like 7K. That's terrifying. But we do have a head start. And just in time too. Oh, this couldn't be more perfect. This could not be more perfect. I love this. This is my favorite. I hope I make this my job, because I love this. This is a lot of fun. Now, because of due to time constraints, I do need to cut to the end of the stream, but it's actually not really cutting anything short. We are literally on the 2-hour mark. 2 hour 37, actually, according to OBS. So yeah, we're doing great. We did perfect. Alright. We made it to level 30. We made it to the goal. Goodness sakes. We made it to the goal. That's all I care about. That is gonna do it for the stream, folks. Hopefully I will have the energy to do it tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have the energy to do it tomorrow. I'm hopefully gonna also be a little bit less talkative during the day tomorrow, so then that way my voice isn't completely destroyed. But thank you so much for watching. You can watch some of the previous streams that are still available on Twitch. For the most part, I have made them available, at least the ones that I did before I started multi-streaming. Otherwise, a lot of the VODs are saved on my YouTube channel. I've also been downloading the VODs from my Twitch, so then that way I can like edit them down or something like that, or play around with the clips, that sort of thing. Thank you so much for watching. I am going to send you to the end screen, and a few seconds or so later, whenever it kicks in, that'll be the end of the stream. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful week.